Collaboration Solutions by Allison, Ann, Danielle, and Shannon. Technology collaboration can be an intimidating subject, especially when it involves trying something new and trying to do it with a classroom of 30 students. Well, we are here to take some of that worry away from you. There are so many amazing ways to incorporate technology into a classroom and across the district, from building to building, to collaborate with other educators. Technology allows for collaboration, implementation, sharing, differentiation, and many other effective uses. Through this presentation, we are going to take you on a journey to learn about 3 collaboration tools and how to use them in the classroom. These tools are Google Hangouts, free conference calling, and Dropbox. Get ready for some super useful information. Google Hangouts can be used in education in a variety of ways. As a tool for teachers, teachers can have meetings from home instead of staying after school. They can meet with teachers from other buildings as well. Teachers can have conferences with parents who may not be able to attend during the school day. Teachers can quickly answer homework questions or clarify assignments for students, eliminating some of the frustration at home. Students can also use Google Hangouts to collaborate with other students, either within their class or in other states or even other countries. Students can have virtual book clubs where they meet to discuss a book that they're reading. And students can use Google Hangouts to present their own work to other classes or even groups of parents. And finally, teachers can use Google Hangouts to invite guest speakers into the class, or to even provide opportunities for students to be exposed to foreign language speakers if they're studying a particular foreign language. So this is the opening screen for Google Hangouts, which can be accessed right from Google's page and going to your Google Plus account. And you can see here that there is the option to easily start a video call, a phone call, or a message chat among whoever you choose to have a conversation with. So Ben, I understand you're reading a book called Harriet the Spy.
Yes.
Great. Could you tell me about your favorite part of that book?
Well, my favorite part would probably be one of her dreams.
Okay.
It's really kooky. It shows her grandmother all dolly, strutting on the floor, cawing like a crow.
Interesting.
And she sprouted feathers and a beak full of sharp teeth.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Any other questions?
Let's see. No, I think that's all. Thank you.
Yep.
Google Hangouts is a free video chat service from Google that allows one-on-one chats and group chats up to 10 people. Some pros for Google Hangouts include that you can use either voice, text, or video chat features. You can merge your contacts very easily, and sessions can be recorded to watch later and easily switch between chat and video chat. You can sync your chats between devices and the Messenger app. The interface is very easy to use and easy to install. You can use up to 10 devices to be connected to a single meeting, and it allows users to share what's in their screen and collaborate on Google Docs and more with apps. It allows for more people to connect than just the competitor applications such as Skype. Some cons that we discovered on Google Hangouts are that if you do have a slow connection, or one person within the chat has a slow connection, it can really cause difficulty in having a conversation, especially with video chat. And the more apps that are open on your computer sometimes slows down the connection. All of the users must have Google Plus, which does demand a lot of personal information. It can be difficult to share documents within the Google Hangouts, and the tutorial to set up is not self-explanatory to someone who isn't familiar with Google Hangouts. And you must invite people to create a conference call before the call can be placed.
Hi, my name is Danielle Armerskirt, and I will be discussing the pros, cons, and educational uses of free conference calling. Free conference calling is a site that allows you to call a large group of people and conduct a meeting over the phone. When you first go to freeconferencecalling.com, this is the screen that you will be directed to. It provides information on what free conference calling is and how to sign up. Once you have signed up, you will be taken to the login screen. This is where you will enter your username and password that you have selected during sign up. Once you have entered this, you will click Submit and you will be directed to the following page. On this page, you can manage your calls, you can see how many calls you have made, you can see your recordings and different reports, and you can also set up an account page. What we are most interested in is the Manage Calls. You will click on this and you will be directed to the following page. On here you will see the phone number that you need to call to get to free conference calling. Once you have entered this phone number, you will enter your conference code. If you are not the host of this call, that is all you will do. However, if you are the host, you will then enter the host code, which is at number 3. Once you have entered this, you will be directed to the following page. Once you get to this page, you can manage the call itself. You can mute the call so only you can talk, you can record the call, you can see who is in the call, you can add people to the call, or you can even delete people from the call. As with anything, there are going to be many pros and cons. The pros of free conference calling is that it's free. The calls can be recorded so you can later listen to them. You can also make international calls, and your calls can be distributed on social media. However, the cons are that it's a 6-hour call limit, and there are no video calling, and as with anything technological, you're going to have some minor errors. In education, free conference calling is a little more difficult to use with students since this program is geared more towards businesses. However, educators could use it to communicate with different schools in their district. If it is used in the classroom, however, it is a positive that the calls can be recorded so that students can later listen to the information. Thank you for listening about free conference calling, and I hope that you consider to use it one day.
Hello everyone, it's Shannon, and today I'm going to be discussing Dropbox. If you've never used Dropbox, basically it's a versatile tool that works the way you do. And if you're constantly on the go, then this is the perfect tool for you. So basically, Dropbox is a file sharing tool that allows you to access documents from virtually anywhere. Dropbox can be used for educational purposes, in business settings, or even for personal use. It has various features which make this tool an easy-to-use solution. Let's check out some of its features. So why should you use Dropbox? You can take your documents anywhere and you can work from any location. Dropbox allows you to save files and access them on your phone from the road. Everything in Dropbox is synced automatically to all your devices. You can save any kind of file in Dropbox, from photos, videos, music, to Microsoft Office documents and Adobe files. Dropbox is a compatible tool that works with PC, Mac, iPad, iPhone, and more. And the best part is that the files are available on your computer, so there's no need for internet access. And you can still work on these documents. And for educational purposes, this is a great way for students who are working on a project at school and need further time to complete it. They can upload it to Dropbox and then finish it at home. Are you working in groups for a business project, or are you working in a group for school? Well, Dropbox allows for simple collaboration. You can work together with your classmates or coworkers, and you can see updates that were made. You can work on the same files by creating a shared folder, and when you add people to the folder, its files will appear in their Dropbox as it does in yours. You can edit a file in the shared folder and everyone automatically gets an update. This means that you don't need to constantly email back and forth different versions, which can sometimes be confusing, and then you start editing the wrong version of the document. So for instance, for this class, our group uploaded versions of their presentations into Dropbox, and we were able to see the changes that were made. And you can see who is working on the project and when they're working on it to make sure that everyone is doing their part in the project. Here's just a snippet of the web interface and what it looks like. As you can see, you can go in and then you can see your recent documents that have been uploaded, the files that have been uploaded. To the left, there's your team, any photos or anything that you've shared in the sharing section. And then you have file requests, deleted files, and all that. As you see in my interface, all my documents, PowerPoints, and Excel sheets, they're from 2012. That's the first time I ever experienced using Dropbox, but it was a very positive experience. You know, we were working in different projects in class, and we weren't able to finish them in time. So what we did, we just uploaded it to Dropbox, and then once we got back to our dorm, we were able to access everything that we had previously done in class, which is just a very good tool to use in education. And then you can just see up here where you can upload different files and everything like that. And then, of course, there's the upgrade your account button once you run out of free space. But it's, I mean, for projects and little things like that, you probably won't run out of space. You'll probably have enough space to upload as many files and PowerPoints and things like that that you want. As you can see, Dropbox has various pros. It allows for syncing and sharing files between computers and other users. It is simple to create file folders and share them with others. Dropbox mobile and tablet apps are excellent and available on a range of devices, including Android smartphones, tablets, iPhones, iPads, and BlackBerry devices. If you're trying to get a hold of a file from a public computer, you don't need to worry, because you can just use Dropbox web interface. And finally, Dropbox backs up your files to protect against lost data. As you can see, Dropbox is a great tool to share files between others in your group, and this works great with education because students are allowed to collaborate with others, and it allows for easy access of the documents. There are only a few cons that we found to Dropbox, and it was that compared to other cloud storage providers, Dropbox becomes expensive for larger amounts of space, so you only have a certain amount of free space for uploaded photos and files, and then you'll eventually have to pay for that space, which can be expensive when using Dropbox. And the final con was that there is no built-in editing capabilities, which just becomes difficult when working in groups, because you know you want to edit everything just in one place to make sure that everyone is able to have the most up-to-date version of the document.
In conclusion, all three tools had pros and cons to them. Google Hangout allows collaborators to include voice, text, and video chat features with easy installation. However, in our experience, it is a little difficult to share documents and the connection breaks easily. Free conference calling allows for international calls and download options, but it has a call limit, no video options, and no document sharing. Dropbox is easy to use. It backs up files and allows for syncing among devices, but it can get expensive. What is going to work best for you will depend on what you want to use the tool for. We hope that you found this information to be useful in your decision making about what Web 2.0 tool to use in your own classroom. We would like to thank Creative Commons that we were able to use in this presentation, Dropbox, Google Drive, Free Conference Calling, and Screencast-O-Matic.com for the video of the Google Hangout example.